Hey, what's up? I hope everybody's having a great day and doing phenomenal things and great things. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling excited. I got my life, health, and strength. I woke up this morning. I know there's a lot of unappreciative people always looking at people on YouTube and comparing themselves. Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Well, you got to be able to be prepared to do the things you got to do. Are you prepared to be able to run a business like this 20 hours a day? Just to get to where you want to go to, just to get involved in real estate. You got to get government contracts. And I said on my next few videos, I was going to talk about government contracts. Well, this is just one of them. Make sure you have yourself a second house. And there's a whole lot of people from the VA that needs a place to stay. So get involved in real estate, get yourself a second property, and just load a whole lot of veterans in there. Load a whole lot of veterans and senior citizens. And I guarantee it's going to work out. And then use that money towards your other business. Trust me, veterans and senior citizens, the government pays you a lot of money to take care of veterans and senior citizens. So keep that in mind. It's always good to be prepared. So, and then on top of this, this is a very old house. It's my grandmother's place. So this is the perfect place to put veterans and senior citizens in. So this is just stage one. Stage one is government contracts. What comes after stage two? Real estate investing, banking investing, becoming a banking investor, or starting your own bank, being a loan officer, something like that. That'd be like stage two, because at this point, this business is able to run itself, which means I don't need to be here 24/7 because the business is able to run itself. There's already security guards, personal bodyguards here. And there's already enough veterans and senior citizens. There's total about 10 people. So that's enough to fund this whole building and then probably buy another building across the street, or probably buy another one across the street, or another one across the street, or another one across the street. I'm sure my grandfather behind me will be very proud, and I'm sure my grandmother behind me will be very proud as well. So this business, at this point, this shelter for veterans and senior citizens is able to financially provide for itself. So that's a good thing. And, of course, I got my motivation right there. I got Barack Obama right there. And then we got the personal letter from the former First Lady, Michelle Obama. We got a personal letter right here on this side from Michelle Obama. Keep on doing great things and take care of your community. And then that's a picture of her at the top. So personal letter from Michelle Obama and a picture from Barack Obama. So, what more motivation do you need? You got motivation from the first African American president and the first lady. What else do you need? That tells me, if me and my father received a letter from Michelle Obama, that motivates me to do anything I can put my mind to. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you. So you always got to be on your A game and doing phenomenal things and great things. So I think on my first video, I think I gave you all a tour around. And then, of course, I showed you I got a Coca-Cola business on the side as well. And so I just try to do all these phenomenal things and just make sure, learn things as you go. You're not going to always be an expert at first, but learn things as you go. And I guarantee you're going to be successful. All right, everybody. And, it just feels good. It feels like, in comparison to being in Beverly Hills in Los Angeles, because you all know I do real estate. And lots of land and stuff like that. You all know that I buy and I sell houses in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills. So besides that, this is where I come. I come back to Fifth Ward for motivation. This is where I come to. Yeah, I buy land all the time. I'm trying my best to buy out all the lots of land. Like, even on my Facebook profile, there's like one of the final lots of land remaining. It's like 2,000 square feet or whatever like that, but it's nothing but land, and it's in Beverly Hills. It has the 90210 zip code, and it's selling for $399,000 just for the land. That's not in the center of Beverly Hills. It's in the outskirts of Beverly Hills. So yeah, if you know my Facebook profile, I'll take advantage of that, because I just try to look out for my people. I know some people want to live in Beverly Hills. That's fine, but like I said, I'm going to leave it on my Facebook profile for a while. And then after that, I'm going to take it down. That means people not taking it seriously. If somebody builds a house on that 400,000 lot of land, that house is going to be worth $2 million. So Kevin Hart did it. Kevin Hart bought his lot of land for what, like He bought some acres in Beverly Hills, like for $5 to $10 million, and now that house is probably gonna be worth 25 million or $30 million, whatever the case might be. So take notes, take notes. Look at everything. Of course, mine is only like a lot. I ain't got no acres yet. I'm working my way up towards that. But again, I don't want to get off topic because that's for another video. I'm going to show y'all how to get lots of land and like develop and stuff like that. So, and the right lenders to talk to. But anyways, I just want to let y'all know where I get my energy from. You know, it feels good to be back at my grandparents' house. And in a way, even though my grandparents passed away, my grandmother said she always did want to spend a lot of time with me. So this is me giving back, taking care of my community. This is like fulfilling my grandmother's wish. Of course, I can't be here for a long time because I got money that needs to be made. But again, as long as this place is able to make money for itself and stand on its own 2 feet, then that means I can go ahead and go to the next phase in life. So, and this is what you want to do: continue to build businesses, and allow them to be able to financially take care of themselves and provide for themselves. But all right, everybody, you all have a blessed day. This is your boy Justin Brown. Keep on doing phenomenal things and great things, and have a blessed day. All right. And also, I hope everybody is doing well after recovering from the fourth, or the third wave of the coronavirus. And then there's a second wave of a blizzard coming towards the United States. So you all be safe and be better prepared. And everybody that's building new homes, make sure that y'all's pipes take notes from New York and California and see how they're used to withstanding cold weather like this, because the whole ecosystem has changed now. The entire and that's one of our military veterans back there. The whole ecosystem has changed. So you want to make sure to be better prepared when you're building your houses, that it can withstand cold weather, because all the Arctic is melting, and all that cold, guess what? All that cold weather is headed this way. I don't know. It just seems like I'm being led. It just seems like I'm being led in a different direction. But I just want you all to be safe out there. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you're doing. Sometimes I only have like a few people commenting on my videos, but be safe. Be safe. I want you all to have a blessed day, and don't let things discourage you. Just be thankful that you made it throughout the night. Some people passed away in their homes, but there's still some of us that's still alive to be able to see the next chapter in life. Some people didn't make it past 2020. Some people passed away. Some great legends and great people that didn't even accomplish everything that they wanted to do to the full capacity that they wanted to. LeBron James, Chadwick Boseman, all these great people didn't even have the coronavirus, but they still died. They still died. It was Judgment Day for a lot of people. Good people, not bad people, good people that should still be alive today. And the Lord allowed you to see another day, and some of y'all are still complaining. Are you serious? Stop complaining. Nobody doesn't want to hear that. You want to be more successful? Take care of people and look after people. Take care of people and help other people. This is what we're doing. That's what I'm doing here. So I can be able to build up my portfolio so I can be more successful. Because you always need something to fall back on. They're going to always, when I go back to California, they're going to see, well, what other states have you worked in and did community service in? So I got Texas. I got Houston, Texas to back me up. Because I'm physically here every half a decade, every 5 to 6 years. I'm always here doing community service. I've been doing this since day one. I've been doing community service since day one. So I got Houston to back me up. So when I go to California, when I go to LA, it's always good to have other states back you up, especially when you get involved in politics. Most people that have money get involved in politics because you're taking care of community and taking care of military veterans and senior citizens. And I'm not really repeating myself. I'm going on to the next phase. So what are you going to do? Here's the big question. What are you going to do when all my friends and peeps move from LA and they're going to move to Houston? What do you think is going to happen to you? And now I'm talking to the people in Texas now. What are you going to think? I'm going to rephrase it. What is going to happen when all these people move to Texas? Guess what? And this is what I've been talking about for 20 years. What are you going to do? You're going to have to figure out something. Because guess what? You better pay off your house quickly. You better pay it off quickly. Because once all these people from LA and all over move to Texas, you won't be able to afford to stay in your house anymore. The cost of living is already going up. If it's going up in Fifth Ward, if it's already going up in Fifth Ward, you already know it's going up in other places. Properties, even in the front in Liberty Road, brand new properties are going all the way up to about $50,000. I'm sorry, $550,000. Small lots of land are going all the way up to $75,000, not $50,000. See, I had to correct myself. $550,000, and they're going to continue to go higher. Fifth Ward just got his first property for $1 million. It's like a little teeny tiny lot. To me, it's tiny. To some people, it's big, but it's a small lot. You all can check it out. I posted it on Facebook a couple weeks ago. But yeah, Fifth Ward just got his first $1 million lot. It's probably got more than that. At first, I heard it was at $3 million, and then within 2 years, it went brought down. So you need to know your market. All of us need to study economics. Study economics so you can know where you're going. Don't just go to college and you don't even know what's going on in economics. You don't even know what's going on in the real world. Don't just go to college just to go to college. Look at your market first and see what degree you have that fits that market. Because you don't want to be stuck. You don't want to be stuck with a degree that doesn't pay enough to cover the cost of living. Make sure that your degree covers the cost of living in your area. If not, you have to move away from the city. The further you move away from the city, the more affordable it is. But if you want to live in the city, you best be prepared to get the right type of education that you need. Education is a background. This is a primary skill, a primary business. This comes first, and then a degree comes after. Make sure that you have a business like this first that's able to take care of you, just in case there's a coronavirus, just in case there's a blizzard, which has already occurred, which is what I've been talking about for a long time. Make sure you have a business like this to back you up, just in case there's another blizzard or anything that comes through. So no matter where I go to around the world, no matter where I'm back in LA or if I'm in Massachusetts, I always got a backup place to come to. You see what I'm saying? Always got a backup place to come to. This is where you want to be at. You want to have backup houses. You want to have a plan B, a plan C, all the way to a plan Z. You want to keep on going. Have a backup plan. My father said, "Why do I have kids? Why don't I have kids yet? I want to make sure that if I'm not even able to pay for my kids' education, if I'm not even able to do that, then I shouldn't be having no kids. If I can't pay for their first car, if I can't pay cash for their car, if I can't pay for their house, if I can't pay for their wedding dress, if I can't pay for their prom dress, yeah, it's $1 million by the time they're born to the time they're grown. It's $1 million now. And if you cannot do that, then you should not be having kids. Don't be having kids if you don't have a plan or a backup plan. Know where you're going. And I talk to different genres of people. I talk to people in their 50s. I talk to people in their 40s. I talk to people in their 30s. I talk to people in their 20s. So I talk to all different age groups. Maybe I just have that gift and that talent. I'm able to relate to different types of people. I'm even able to relate to my dad, and he's 70. So that's why I'm changing the conversations, and I'm going from the next subject. So I want to talk about banking. It's easier to start a bank now. You can have a digital bank. All you just need is to have a banking charter license and then to have some additional funds. So work hard. A banking charter license can cost up to $1 million. That's for a banking charter. And then after that, then it costs an additional $15 million to take care of your employees and whatever and your customers, right? So if you open up private lending account, private funding accounts, and get some grants, government grants, you can do that. They got government grants. Wise Commercial Lending, with my friend who's a retired NBA player, he gives out commercial loans and for businesses up to $1 million. The highest is $2 million. Again, the name of the business is called Wise Commercial Lending, and you're able to get $1 million grants and $2 million grants. But that covers the employees. So make sure you got your 1040, file your 1040, 1080, whatever you want to call it, get that covered. So file your 1040. Make sure you have employees. Even if you're starting off, you got to start off somewhere. You might not qualify for the $1 million grant. You might qualify for a $15,000 to $100,000 grant. Still, that's better than nothing. You can use that to at least get a building. Man, there's so many phenomenal things and great things you can do. You just got to be smart. It's not about how much money you got. It's about the people that you know, and it's about the amount of intelligence and wisdom that you have to be able to get it done. Then the money will come your way. Once you have the amount of intelligence and wisdom, and you have the connections to be able to get to where you go, to get to where you want to go to. But in order to have those connections, you gotta have the mindset to be able to do it, and be prepared not to be able to make money for 10 years. You get what I'm saying? So again, be prepared to not make any money for 10 years. All right. All right, again, everybody, this is your boy, Justin Brown. You know, I think I got everything out of the way. If you pay attention to those things that I said and plan and start planning right now, if you pay attention to those things I just said, I guarantee you're going to be successful. And again, for the people that's in Houston, I just want to remind you, what are you going to do when all these people from California, from the East Coast and the West Coast move to Texas and move to Houston and move to Dallas and move to Austin? What's going to happen? You won't be able to afford, if you're not a millionaire or if you're not making at least a minimum of $120,000 a year, you're going to be kicked out of your neighborhood. And you're going to have to move further and further out, and then you're going to have to build a homestead. And some people don't like living in the woods or building houses in the woods. But that's the position that a lot of people are in because they cannot afford to live and stay in the city. Build your credit history. Credit history is very important. Credit history is very important. So, like I tell some people, I use credit cards to build my credit history. I use cars. I invest in Mercedes Benzes and luxury cars, and then exotic cars to build up my credit history, because that Mercedes Benz and that Bentley or whatever can help me get further approved for a house so I can be able to stay in the city. That's the credit history that they look for. They want to see some exotic cars. They want to see some luxury cars. They want to see you having multiple 10, 20 credit cards and paying them all on time at the same time. They want to see you investing and buying some apartment complexes. If you can have a 900, you can have up to a 900 credit score. If you have, here, you want to get to a 900 credit score, let me tell you something. Buy commercial real estate. Buy commercial real estate, buy apartment complexes, and use your credit card on the utilities to rebuild and help that apartment complex and help that community grow. And use your credit card to do it. And then pay your credit card payments on time. So use your credit cards use your credit cards to rebuild and buy parts and things that you need from Home Depot and Lowe's to help those apartment complexes. That'll boost up your credit score to a 900. And that's one of the only, that's what they want to see. It's a blessing to be at a 900. So I got my dad. So far, I invested in some luxury items, and I helped improve my dad's score up to an 800. So he's at an 800. I helped him go to an 800. It's because he's investing in commercial businesses. This is a commercial business. You're taking care of your community. And then on top of that, he had some luxury items on his credit report, and I helped that happen, which boosted up his credit score up to an 800. And that's what I want to do. You know, that's what we should do. We should invest in each other. All right, everybody. I think I've had enough fun today. I said what needed to be said. And again, plan ahead, because you have a whole lot of wealthy people, a whole lot of super rich people. The owner of Tesla and a lot of famous YouTubers are coming to Houston. Nate Got Keys is already in Houston. Joel TV is already in Houston. Who else? Corey is already in Houston. The owner of Tesla is already in Texas, which is in Austin. Got all these famous people moving in. So guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a backup plan to be able to afford to stay here. Because before you know it, this is going to be a secondary Beverly Hills. Texas is turning into a secondary Beverly Hills. So if they want to chill and go to Beverly Hills, they do that. But when they come to work and they come here for business, they're going to come to Texas, to Houston and Austin. They're going to come here for business purposes, and they're going to need a secondary place to stay. I would not be surprised if a lot of these tycoons buy up neighborhoods in Houston and in Austin. I would not be surprised. But everybody, you need to get prepared. The coronavirus is already here. The blizzard is already here. Now these financial crises, when a lot of these wealthy people move in to Houston and Austin, which will make it difficult for the lower middle class. Unless you are planning ahead, then that's different. But don't blame it. So you need to be prepared for these three things. A lot of people are not prepared. But I want you all to understand this. This is serious. This is real. This is nothing to play with. This is your future we're talking about. That's why I helped start this business. Get contracted with the government. Start my own bank. You know, I'm doing all these things because I'm planning. That's why I decided to move into Los Angeles, have some property in Los Angeles, get acquainted with that area, and then get acquainted on the East Coast as well, in Massachusetts. Get acquainted with all these wealthy people. Learn a lot of information. So I refuse to be ignorant and stuck in the time capsule. But all right, everybody. Again, I know I was supposed to sign off a while back, but you all have a blessed day and keep on doing phenomenal things and great things. All right, bye-bye.